Hello, hello.
Here, do you
I'm just
remain
waiting to
muted
see if
or
we'll have a
unmute?
few more join us.
Would you rather us stay muted or?
Yes. Yeah, actually, that would probably be best. We've got one more. Hello, we have another one.
Oh,
I hope it's nice wherever you are. Here in East Lansing or Lansing, it started out sunny. It's a little overcast now, but it's still a nice day. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm Regina Cross. I'm the director of the Spartan Pathways Travel Program, and thank you so much for attending this meeting today. Unfortunately, the representative from Odysseys Unlimited had a family emergency come up, and she's not able to join us, so I will be conducting the presentation for you. Hopefully, I will do okay. And if there's any questions that I'm unable to answer, I'll be sure to follow up and make sure that your questions are, we get the answers for you. So, all right, to begin, I'm going to introduce your MSU host for the trip. It's Jackie Richardson, and she is the Director of Development for the Broad College of Business here at Michigan State University. Jackie, do you want to say a few words?
Sure. Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Regina. It's nice to see some, I feel, familiar faces because I've been on our portal for the Spartan Pathways Tour and I've read about a few of you guys. So just really looking forward to spending 17 days together. This is actually my first trip abroad. So I'm looking forward to, I feel like a few of you guys have had quite the journeys. I read somebody has been 30 places, or they've been overseas 30 times. So I'm looking forward to learning a lot and making some new friends.
Great, thank you, Jackie. Okay, so what I'm going to do is begin and share my screen with you all. They did send okay, and now I don't see it here. Okay, let's see here. Find it. There we go. All right, can everyone see that? Wonderful.
We can, yes, thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, so the tour is, of course, across Spain and Portugal that departs on April 1st through the 17th. And so that's coming up real soon. Some
Regina,
of the tour
you might want to put it on desktop. We can see, yeah, it's not taking up the whole screen.
I'm sorry.
It's not taking up the whole screen. Like we can see your,
Oh, really?
like, you know, like if you're building it.
Yeah, so, all right, let me change that then. Stop share. It grabbed the wrong screen. Okay.
Much better.
Okay, how about that?
Yeah, way better.
Okay, all right. Okay, some of the tour highlights. You'll be touring Lisbon. You'll do a Douro River cruise and a port wine tasting. There'll be a pilgrimage site of Santiago de Compostela. Stops along religious routes of Way of St. James, Balboa's Guggenheim and Fine Arts Museums, and a full day excursion along the beautiful, rugged Basque coastline. Two nights in the Pyrenees Mountains region, a 3-night stay in vibrant Barcelona. Then you'll be touring Barcelona, and hopefully you'll get to see the Sagrada Church. Unique itinerary through northern Spain, and then stays in distinguished historic lodgings. All right, so I hope most of you have received your final documents from Odysseys Unlimited. If you haven't, please let me know so they can make sure that you get those. You can also find your final documents at the Odysseys Unlimited guest portal. It allows you easy access tour information. It has your final documents, all the information that you need regarding tipping, travel and health, luggage guidelines, and so forth. So yeah, that's a great way for you to, at the last minute, if there's something that you don't have the answer for, that you can certainly access the portal and find that information. Okay, trip info. You depart the US on April 1st and arrive in Lisbon on the 2nd. And if you can the departure from Barcelona is on April 17th. There's also the Barcelona on your own extension that some of you may be doing, and that will depart on April 19th. There's a total of 19 guests, including our host, and it also includes 2 guests from the University of Nebraska. And it shows that there are 6 on the extension. The currency is the euro in both Spain and Portugal. And so you want to check with your card user for if you want to use your ATMs. That's a great way for you to get euros when you're overseas. You might want to go with, if you have like you can go to your bank and request euros, or you might have, here in Lansing, we have Liberty Coin where they do keep a supply of euros on hand, just so you have some prior to or when you arrive in Lisbon. So if not, ATMs are a great way. They usually have the best exchange rate for you. And right now, the dollar is strong against the euro. So you'll get a little bit more once you're there. All right. All tips are included except for the tour director. And so if you feel like they've done an exceptional job, then and you want to tip the tour director, the recommendation is $10 to $15 per day per person is recommended, and usually people choose to do that at the end of the tour. All right, your tour director for this tour is Juan Kratzmeyer. He has 20+ years of experience as a tour guide. He receives exceptionally high scores from guests. He was born and raised in Patagonia and moved to Barcelona in 1999. So he's been there quite a long time. So I'm sure he can give you a lot of tips on what you can do in Barcelona, as well as some of the other visits you'll be doing, city visits. He's had extensive experience leading tours in Antarctica and East Africa, in addition to Europe. Okay, departure checklist. You want to check in for your flights. Actually, you can go now for seat assignments if it's you are used to going on the airline website. You can go there and actually go see if you can change or select your seats. Sometimes with group departures, that's a little more difficult, and you're not able to do it until you get to the airport, but you can certainly try. To check in for the flight, though, it's done 24 hours prior to departure. So you want to take a look at your flight arrangements, and usually what I do is set my phone for 24 hours before, to a little alarm to let me know it's time for a check-in. You may also receive an email from the airline letting you know it's time. If you have the airline app, that will also prompt you to check in. I do recommend that if you're used to, on your cell phone or your smartphone, if you want to upload the app for the airline, I do recommend that. It kind of gives you updates, and you can also kind of track on some of them, you can track your baggage. So if you're checked baggage, so that's good. It's recommended that you arrive at the airport 3 to 4 hours prior to departure, just so to make sure that you're there when it's time. Usually boarding happens almost sometimes 45 minutes to an hour before departure. So, it's good that you get there early so that you're ready to go once boarding begins. You'll want to print essential tour information documents, and it's important that you do have the emergency phone number for Odysseys Unlimited if you booked your air through them. The number is 339-222-7456, and this will also be included in your final documents, but it's important that if for some reason your flights are delayed or they're canceled, that you let them know so that they can alert the on the ground representatives in Lisbon to know that your flight's coming in at a different time. That way they know that they have a transfer there for you, because if for some reason it's a number of hours late, they need to know that, so they're not waiting on you for that transfer, and then they'll send someone at a later time to come pick you up. So that's important. One of the number one things, don't forget your passport. And I do recommend you make copies of your passport and keep those with you on the chance that you lose it. It's nice to have a copy. I actually was on a trip recently and my passport fell out of my purse as I was grabbing my luggage, and luckily when we got back to the airport, it was there. So, but it's good to have a copy just in case you have to go to the consulate and have your passport to get a new passport. All right. Whoop, sorry, excuse me. All right. Upon arrival in the country, you'll want to retrieve your baggage. And then once you clear customs, you'll want to look for Odysseys Unlimited staff member that will greet you with a sign in the arrivals area. So you'll want to look for the logo. So if you'll see the Odysseys Unlimited logo up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, you'll want to look for that once you clear customs and get to the arrivals area. And then they will transfer you over to the bus. All right, that's all we have right now. If you do have questions and you want to reach out to Odysseys directly, you can email them at cservice@odysseys-unlimited.com, and they can answer your question. And the toll-free number is 888-370-6765, and that's toll-free through Eastern Standard Time at 9 to 7 p.m. Usually during the week. I don't believe that's on the weekends. And the emergency line again is 339-222-7456. Okay, well, oh, excuse me. Thank you. Oh, I lost it. All right, I will stop sharing my screen. And if you have any questions, feel free to either put those in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I just had a few questions that I don't think would be answered in this meeting, but maybe it's one of those numbers that you showed, just kind of details about the tour. For instance, there are a few times where the itinerary specifies that, for instance, breakfast and dinner will be provided and lunch is on our own.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some other days where, for instance, we have breakfast and then we travel the entire day and arrive somewhere late afternoon, and dinner is provided. But there are a few of these days where lunch isn't mentioned. It doesn't say it's provided and it doesn't say we're on our own.
Okay. Yeah, more than likely, there will be a situation in which, yeah, the tour director will let you know. More than likely, it's lunch on your own. It just doesn't mention it in the itinerary. But what he'll do is make recommendations for you as to where you can go.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I was just curious as to, are all of the MSU alumni people, are we all leaving from Detroit Metro?
Oh, let me find that.
Just curious.
Yes, hang on a second. I'll pull that up.
We are.
I know in our case, Peg and I are leaving out of Atlanta.
Mm.
Okay.
I think there's about 6 of us on a United flight out on the 1st, for those who are on that flight. Roger, you're on that flight. I'm on that flight. Yep.
Through Newark.
And we're the first group to arrive in Lisbon, so we get an early start.
Yeah, so that's another question, I guess. We'll meet Juan or someone in Lisbon, and then we all wait at the airport together and then arrive at the Lisbon hotel together later in the day, or how does that work?
Yeah, it just depends on flight times. So if there's a certain group that say arrives at 8 a.m., but the next group doesn't arrive till noon, they're not going to have you waiting at the airport that long. So they'll have probably 2 different transfers.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Of course, check-in time isn't until 3 p.m. that first day. So if we're there in the morning.
Yeah, so probably what will happen is Juan will make suggestions of things you can do until then, or you can hang out at the hotel lobby. This happens quite a bit because usually flights from the United States to Europe arrive early morning. And the hotel has to turn the rooms around. So there is that chance you might have to wait a while.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, like Jackie mentioned, it looks like, yeah, there's 6 or 7 that are on that Newark flight, and then some that are on a Delta flight later in the afternoon. Looks like David and Jackie, you're on that Delta flight. Yeah. So. Oh, actually, no.
If we get there,
yeah. Pardon?
if we get there early, can't we just leave our bags at the hotel and go explore?
Yes,
and just go
absolutely.
back? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and I think there was a question in the chat too.
There was.
Okay.
Tim asked if we need any other documents beside our passports, like our driver's license, birth certificate, copy of prescriptions.
Yeah, definitely you want to have a copy of your prescriptions. They do recommend that you bring in the original bottles, or take pictures of them maybe with set one of the pills next to the bottle and take a picture so that they're aware of, what the medication is. So yes, I do recommend that. I also recommend, I usually try to put a copy of my passport also in my checked luggage, just on the chance that you need it there as well. So, but besides passports, it's up to you if you want to take your driver's license, but a birth certificate's not necessary. So. Let's see. Trying to think if there's any other tips I can give you too. So it's important that if you have an adapter, a universal adapter for hotel to so that you can charge your cell phone or use anything. I don't recommend taking like a curling iron at all. Usually most hotels will have a blow dryer of some type. But those can't really be used through an adapter. You have to have a converter. And even then, when you do have a converter, they can sometimes melt. So I recommend that you just choose to go without. That makes the best.
It is unmuted.
Odyssey sent a couple adapters. I'm guessing those are appropriate for both Spain and Portugal, right?
Yes, yeah, adapter. I'm talking about a converter. They're two different. The converter will convert the voltage, and those usually you need those for like a blow dryer or something that draws a lot of energy. But an adapter should work fine with.
But Spain and Portugal have the same kind of adapters, correct, Regina?
Yeah.
Like all of Europe is on the same
Yes.
adapter, right? Yeah, okay.
Well, not all, but majority are.
Okay.
Yes.
Continental Europe is all the same.
Mhm.
Are you saying the adapter that you guys sent in the mail doesn't step down the voltage too?
No, I don't believe it does. Yeah.
We used the same, looks like the same one. We used it in Italy last year and seemed to work just
Yeah.
fine.
And what did you plug into it?
Not hair dryers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The things we
Yeah.
used it for.
Yeah,
it was
I
that.
think that should be fine as long as you
Yeah.
don't try to plug in something that's gonna really draw a lot of energy.
High amperage, okay.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
a tip, and maybe you people who have traveled more than we have, which we haven't really done a ton of traveling out of the country, but last year, one of the other travelers mentioned that the dry or the laundry sheets, that little laundry sheets that
Yes.
you can get were great for
Mhm.
doing quick laundry, which
Yes.
they were.
Yeah, and usually, some of the hotels, they may be able to do laundry service, but there would probably be a charge for it.
Yeah, and if you just have to wash something out quick, those
Mhm.
little sheets that you can get
Mhm.
are great, and they
Yeah.
take up no space.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
and I recommend taking some Ziploc bags. I take quite a few when I'm traveling because you never know if, say, for example, you wash out, a shirt and it's not quite dry until the next time the next
Mhm.
hotel you're moving on to. So it's nice to have something to stick it in until so your other clothes don't get wet. So, yes. I do want to make a note about or mention pickpocketers. They're very crafty. They're very good at what they do. And so I do recommend that you do not put a wallet in your back pocket. If ladies, you bring a purse, make sure it has a zipper on it and make sure that it's kept zipped. They are very sly, and what they'll do is kind of work as a team, and they'll distract you doing something, and then the other one will grab your stuff. So really, really be careful. If you can get one of those waist the zipped pockets, that's good for you to keep things in. With ladies, a crossbody purse, I mean, if you could just hang it on your shoulder, somebody could come along and just grab it and be gone before you know it. So, and pull you to the ground or something. So putting a crossbody purse is the best way to avoid that. So.
So I have a question, Regina.
Yes.
About the holdover Barcelona people. Then if
Yes.
we want to get tickets to something, for example, the Picasso Museum, is that something that our tour director can get for us when we get there, or should we plan ahead for that?
Possibly. I can certainly ask that question and find out before you depart. Sometimes you can just do it ahead of time too. Just go online and try and book the tickets, but I'll find out and let you know.
Okay.
And I'll send that out to everyone. Oh, you're muted.
Now, there we go.
We're going to be there 2 weeks before we get to Barcelona. In general, would you think that's enough time to get tickets?
Just depends.
Or a
Because I know, some of the places that I've gone in some cities for, say, for example, if you go to Amsterdam, try to do the Anne Frank House, that stuff is always sold out way in advance.
Mm.
So you can go online and see, that will give you a general idea if there's space.
Yeah, what about restaurant reservations in like Barcelona? Do you think 2 weeks ahead of time is enough? Or
I don't know for sure. I can certainly find that out as well. Yeah, and let you know.
helpful?
That'd be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
So it's Holy Week. And so we're excited about that. And we're just wondering, I've been trying to look at some kind of information about what Holy Week is like in Spain, because we are going to be near a fair number of cathedrals. And I just haven't been really able to find anything. So I don't know if y'all have any links or anything I can look at to kind of see what we can expect for any type of festivals or celebrations, rituals, things like that during Holy Week.
Keith, did you have a comment?
I have a suggestion on a couple of these questions. I don't know if any of you have heard about a website called Viator, Viator. But if you go out there for the times of free times during the 17 days, or especially for the Barcelona after group, you can find where you want to go based on date and time you want to go, often get a guide, and they'll take care of the tickets and everything in advance. So that would also tell you on the days you select during Holy Week, what may be going on special that they've organized as well, at least a starting place.
Yes. I've actually booked through Viator before, and it's good.
Yeah, it's very good. We use it all the time.
Good suggestion. Yes.
What is the town that we're going to? I was just reading about this weekend, that one of the towns we're actually going to be in is known for its Holy Week processions. Is anybody, I'm trying to look that up right now to see what it was.
All right.
Oh, yes, it is date 8. So when we were in Santiago and Leon.
Okay.
Leon is known for its religious festivals and Easter week processions.
All right.
Which we will be there on the 8th day. So does that, April 8th, does that coincide with Holy Week? I think that's is that the first day? Oh, no, it's just before.
Okay. Well, I would assume maybe there'll be some excitement maybe going on.
Yeah.
So, any other questions? Okay. Well, I thought what would be nice to do is kind of go around and have everyone introduce themselves and say what what you got your degree in from Michigan State, or if you didn't get your degree, what your connection is, and kind of what you're looking forward to for this tour. So, and then also, as Jackie mentioned, there is our Bright Crowd page. If you haven't created your own page to find out, it's a way for you to get to know one another prior to departure. If you haven't and you'd like to, just let me know and I can send you an invitation to go ahead and create your page. So, all right, I'm going to start with Jackie.
Which one?
Oh,
You go by old Jackie and young Jackie?
Yeah.
Jackie, yes. How's that?
Okay, so I graduated from MSU in 76 in medical technology.
Okay.
And met my husband David there my sophomore year. And so we've been together for a long time.
Okay,
Yeah,
wonderful.
so I graduated in 74, veterinary medicine. And yeah, we met in school and been together.
Are you a practicing vet?
Retired
2019.
Okay, wonderful.
Before it hit the fan.
Okay. Okay, wonderful.
I'm retired also.
The COVID mess.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I retired also. I worked, we moved to Kalamazoo. We've lived in Kalamazoo for, well, since 77. So a long time. And I've worked at the local hospital my whole career and then retired in 2016.
All right. Okay. Tim? Oh, we're having a hard time hearing you.
Muted or something.
Yeah, no, we can't hear them.
Yeah, I don't know why for some reason.
It says they're unmuted. It says you're unmuted, but for some reason we can't hear you.
Yeah.
I-
I don't know if the,
I can't even see them for some reason anymore.
Hmm.
I did before
Awesome.
and now I don't.
Tim, try to hit the unmute button again.
Muted on my thing.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you are. We hear you now.
Both went to Michigan State undergrad and medical school, met in medical school. This will be my first, Mary's second trip with Spartan Pathways, but we've done a number of trips with our medical school through MSU COM to various places, mostly warm South places. And first trip to Spain or Portugal, so we're very much looking forward to that.
Well done.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
you might have to lean closer to the microphone because we're still having a
Wait.
difficulty.
How's this? Better?
It's a little better.
A little
Yeah.
better. Well, I graduated from MSU in '79 in microbiology, and then worked for the microbiology department and medical school for a few years, and then went to COM, to osteopathic school, and then we came up here. We did our training down River Detroit and have been in Ludington since. I'm a retired internist. Tim was family doc, and he retired 19. I retired in 20. So still trying to be pretty active, and we're really looking forward to the basketball game tonight.
Okay. Yes.
Next weekend. Yeah.
Next weekend, Friday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. How's the lake look right now?
I was down there today, and it's a lot of waves, and it looks cold, but
Wonderful. Great. Thank you. Okay, Keith.
Hey, good morning or afternoon all. So I graduated in '78, degree in accounting. Before it was the Broad School, but it was still the Epley Center. So there's still some of it that works.
Still there.
My wife Peg graduated from now Calvin University, and she grew up in Kalamazoo. So you'll have to compare your 2 degrees of separation that happens in Kalamazoo. We both retired at 15. I had a 37-year career at Ernst & Young, and she's younger than I am, and she did not have an interest in continuing to work afterwards, so she retired also in 15. We're in Hilton Head right now. We spend the winters down here before we head back to the Traverse City area about May 1st every year. So looking forward to it. This is our 4th trip with Spartan Pathways. We've done a number of other trips independently or with different groups. First time to Portugal and Spain, so it'll be fun.
Great, great. Okay, Roger.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'll be traveling with my wife, Megan. We met in the summer of '84 on a study abroad in Stockholm. She was, at the time they called it personnel, I guess it's HR now, major, and I was what they called MLM, which is now supply chain. Spent most of my career in manufacturing, although Keith, my first 3 years were with Arthur Anderson before they imploded, but I was at the thing that became Accenture, not the accounting side. Retired 2 years ago, and this will be our first trip with Spartan Pathways, although my wife worked in the travel industry before we had kids, so we have traveled quite a bit, although it's been a long time. In fact, it's been over 30 years since we were in Europe, so we're very much looking forward to this trip. And one last thing, Tim and Mary, we spend a lot of time in the summer near Ludington on a lake in the Baldwin area. So
Oh,
we
well, my cottage is 15 miles south of Baldwin. So,
like White Cloud.
no, not that far.
Oh.
Bitely, are you familiar
Oh,
with
yeah,
Bitely?
yeah.
Yeah, that area. Yeah.
Great.
Great,
So,
great.
yeah. No Baldwin well, Jones ice cream.
Oh, yeah. My wife's grandfather, his picture was on the wall at Jones for a long time with a mess of fish.
Yes. Oh, good.
Anyway,
What was
going
that?
on.
What was that restaurant and bar that burnt down like probably 20,
Oh, Government Lake Lounge.
Government Lake.
We used to stop there every time on the way up to Ludington because
Oh,
Tim and Mary, we were one of those people that used to send on Ludington for the Gus Macker, and that was our pit stop
Oh.
every time was Government Lake, and when that burnt down, oh,
I know.
Never
Some of the
it.
best pancakes. Oh my God.
Oh.
We used
Yeah.
to get
yeah,
I
I
miss
was
it.
there just before it burnt, and
yeah. It's the only place that ever served me a martini and a margarita glass, so that means they're my kind of people.
Tim and Mary, we make a trip to Bortel's every year, so maybe we'll have a little reunion there. And
Great place
Summer.
to eat, great food,
Yeah.
great fish.
all right, sorry for the sidetrack. We'll,
Oh, that's okay.
catch
That's
up on
good. You guys are
thoughts.
connecting.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So I will get the answers to your questions and send an email out along with the link to this presentation. It's just in case there were some questions that we answered that you couldn't remember. So you have the video to refer back to. It's also for those that were not able to join in. So look for that in the next couple of days. And I wish you safe travels and a wonderful time. So take care and go green.
Go
So-
white.
away.